Moral of the story is, do not drink and drive, children of the world.
Non-apologetic news, not what you're used to. Non-apologetic news, telling you the truth. Non-apologetic news, saying what they're scared to. Non-apologetic news, non-apologetic news.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Non-Apologetic News. Today in the news, we have a Maine driver who gets a weird DWI, a teen is suspended from school, and our good friend JellyRoll is in the news. All this and more today on Non-Apologetic News. First up, we have a driver in Maine blames GPS for drunkenly driving through the police station. This woman claims that the GPS told her to take a right into the police station. So the police dismiss this and say, this woman's just drunk. I think this is a pretty good excuse though. And as you can see by the picture here, she wedged her vehicle, presumably still trying to follow the GPS directions. She's got a fight on her hand now legally, right? Oh, yeah. This is not just a DUI or DWI, and they can give you some crazy sentencing for stuff like this. For example, me, I also drove through someone's house. I was at a buddy of mine's house, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to drive home, right? I'm like, less than 10 minutes away, it's no big deal. So I take off and take the back roads and somehow get lost because I'm hammered. So I remember panicking on back roads. Where am I? I need to get to my house. This is going to end badly. Cut to, next thing I remember, I'm walking down the road, and I'm like, where am I? And then I see headlights pull behind me, and this dude gets out and starts yelling at me. His boy comes up and just pops me right in the face. So my drunken ass just kind of barrel rolls into the ditch, and they both pop on top of me, and they give me a beating. I'm talking like I was laid on the side of the road watching a puddle of blood get bigger and bigger, not knowing why they were beating me and not knowing if I was going to live or die when this was all done with. So the police show up, and they must have known each other because it was like, hey, Brad, hey, Daryl. The cop just scooped me right up, put me in the back of his car. I proceeded to throw up all over the back seat. So I think I'm going home that night. So I get taken to this was in Kansas, I get taken to the police department. I refused medical treatment, even though my arm was ripped open. I had big gashes on my head. My eyes were swelled shut. I wake up and I'm stuck to like the bedding because of all the blood that had dried. Come to find out, I had passed out at the wheel. I drove off an overpass, had my arm outside of the window, and drove through a barbed wire fence, which ripped it open, proceeded to drive through their patio into their home. And then I don't have any memory of this, but I guess I just got out and was like, see ya. And I just like took off. And then when I snapped to was when, I got beat down, and rightfully so. And that's the thing, is that she's going to pay for this forever. I was facing 7 years. It was like big boy trial with a jury, everything. I winded up getting out of it with 30 days jail time, but I lost my license for a decade, and I'm still paying for the stuff now. So it's over a decade later, and something a stupid 23-year-old did. I am going to pay. I'm going to have consequences for this for the rest of my life. I lost a scholarship to college I was going to go to. I lost all sorts of stuff, and she's going to lose too because I didn't even hit a police station. You know what I mean?
All right.
Now, I will say this, though. If I would have had GPS, I would have fucking made it home. You know what I mean? But moral of the story is, do not drink and drive, children of the world. What do you have first for us and the great people who love their news from you? Go.
A South Carolina man died of a heart attack while attempting to bury the body of someone he just killed. Officers found a 60-year-old dead in his yard, but when investigating McKinnon's death, authorities found another body in a freshly dug pit.
In his yard?
Yeah.
Freshly dug pit in his yard.
Yeah.
Gotta quit burying shit on your own property.
Authorities suspected McKinnon died of natural causes and that Dent's death was due to foul play. McKinnon's death was from cardiac arrest, while Dent died by strangulation. So let me see if I have this right.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
So he strangles a man, attempts to bury him, dies himself during the process. If that's not proof that God exists, I don't know what is. He was like, no, you've gotten away with enough dirtbag behavior your entire life. We need to have a talk. Heart attack.
Boom, you're done.
My God is a vengeful God.
Yeah, what is the irony?
Yeah, there's no one to punish here, right? There's no one to arrest. There's no one to do anything. I don't see, like, if you bury someone on your property, you now have to live in that property for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You cannot sell it. It just is not an option. You better not lose it to a tax seller. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to find that body. And I don't know what step 3 is, but it will be a good day. And they call it a pit instead of a hole. So that makes me think like it was just deep enough that he could put some leaves on top of the body.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I guess you could do it way down and then have a concrete pad poured, and that'll at least buy you some time.
So, yeah, well, I guess all he did was bound and wrap her in some trash bags before putting her into the pit he'd already dug.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a woman.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this was a sexual thing. I wonder if he strangled her. It had something to do with sex. Did he strangle her because she had sex with someone else, or was he strangling her during sex and she died?
Who knows? Neither one of them can answer. So.
Dude, I quit doing that when I was a teenager. Like, girls would be like, choke me, daddy. And like, and I would do it just to satisfy them. But then, like, I can't explain this if it goes sour. You know what I mean? Right. No one's going to believe me. Guys, quit strangling ladies. We all know they like it. They're psychopaths, but you got to quit doing it. Next up, I want to talk about our friend JellyRoll.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
JellyRoll is headlining his first arena date. We're not talking clubs. We're talking where they play sports. And no better place than his hometown in Nashville, where he is just beloved. Jelly's had a hell of a year. His come up in the past 12 months is crazy. Right now, he is the #1 rock song in radio nationally. I don't listen to the radio, so I haven't been lucky enough to hear it. But it is out there with his song Dead Man Walking. He's also been touring with huge artists, and even when he's touring on his own, he sells out every date. In the past year, he's had 5 songs on Billboard. Son of a Sinner, Dead Man Walking, Save Me went gold as a single. You know, that was the one that really, really pushed him out there. And man, we just want to say, we're proud of you. You know, no one deserves it more to watch. You know, I've been watching this guy since, like, I don't know, 2008, 2009, whenever he put out Therapeutic Music 3. It was right before Deal or No Deal. To see him go from like a trap artist that was very insightful and honest to just this superstardom has just been amazing to watch. And the great thing is, for most people to get this kind of push that he gets, they have to change. It's almost like the world changed and just started accepting JellyRoll.
Right.
And I think that's great, because hopefully JellyRoll doesn't get put in that position where he's about to be at, where he has to start making compromises to grow. That sucks, especially when you're an underground artist. You kind of make the choice. Do you lose your entire underground fan base to garner this larger fan base? Or do you keep your underground fan base happy and limit your ceiling of where your career can go? You know, I can remember the first time I met Jelly. Our friend Cody, he was working as sort of like my pseudo manager. And him and this dude, DeMario, decide they're going to pay Little White to come down and do a show, basically in an effort just to promote me. And Little White's like, I got this guy, JellyRoll. He's doing shows with me. The guy's amazing. And we were like, all right, throw him on it. That started the relationship with him. So everybody listening, man, go out and get his new record, Ballads of the Broken. Or if you're a broke boy yourself, check him out on YouTube. But I just want to say one more time, Jelly, if some, you were so distanced now, I don't know, but if this somehow makes it to you down here in Joplin, we are proud of you. No one deserves it more. Jelly is great. The type of music he makes fits everyone.
I remember when he came down to Joplin, I went to the show at the venue. There's like 15 people there.
I don't even think there was 15. There was like 5 people there. Yeah, we were trying to get him to come out and record a verse, but they were pretty well stuck on their price, and we were trying to bargain, you know. I won't say numbers, but we were trying to take it down a little bit. And good for Jelly, even though they seemed like that tour, they weren't at the point they were really making money. They were probably losing money, but they didn't want to water down JellyRoll's stock by doing these features for under $500. So good for you for standing on their guns. But yeah, we're proud of you, bud, and we look forward to everything you do. So keep up the good work. And if anybody's listening to this and doesn't know who JellyRoll is, you need to find out. I don't know what else to say except we will see you next week when we return for a brand new episode of Non-Apologetic News. We have a giveaway coming up. We're not exactly sure what it's going to be yet, but I assure you we will figure it out, and someone will get something free inside of their stockings. We will see you next week. Do not watch the news.
Non-apologetic news. Non-apologetic news.